All right, so I was under the impression that I was going to have only two videos. No, we have three. So I wanted to just quickly wrap up the last video in terms of transitions and patterns of organizations. Okay. First and foremost, again, transition words help to link keywords and phrases together. You know this from high school and more or less middle school. Okay. But then we have patterns of organization. And these are the different patterns that you see here, along with the transitions. Okay. And your goal is to be able to, first and foremost, read and identify the type of patterns the author is using. And this is just a small list of patterns. You have a plethora of patterns that will be shown in the next video for next week. So do not fret. I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but I want to introduce this key concept to you in terms of, how to go about looking for it. In terms of patterns, by using transitional words. And if your Comp 1 professor asks for you to share or write rather an essay on, let's say, cause and effect, you want to be intentional about your writing and utilize keywords such as because, therefore, as a result, due to, okay, and so on. So you need to be cognizant of that from this point on, especially when it comes to your writing. Your humanities professors or economics or what have you, they will not tell you write focusing on cause and effect. They will give you a prompt of some sort and talk about the cause and effect, or not really the cause and effect, but the outcomes when it comes to the economy and, let's say, globalization or something of that particular sort, okay? So you're trying to look at or analyze what your assignment is for your other classes, and that will help you to, well, patterns rather, will help you to know more or less how to approach your writing assignment. You don't want to compare and contrast America's economy with a different country, okay? So you need to make sure that you're mindful of that, especially when it comes to patterns. If your professor is talking about the outcomes mean, and we had discussed this before, we're talking about the effects, okay? The result of something. So just keep that in mind when you're addressing patterns and your writing, okay? So here are some common keywords for list words, and we had spoken about this from before. Several kinds, several causes, 5 steps. These keywords would be your main idea, especially when it comes to essays and your thesis statement. So you would have that if you're presenting a list of ideas, okay? So be cognizant of that, and in chapter 5, we will be learning more about that in your textbook. Another thing I want you to be mindful of is addition words, okay? And you have, again, keywords that will help signify, such as, let's say, furthermore, moreover, something as simplistic as additionally. Okay? Here are addition words. So first, second, third, next, like I was telling you, these are the words you need to look out for when it comes to just introducing another supporting detail. And we will talk more about this when we address patterns of organization more in depth. So this is just a taste of what patterns are like and the different keywords or transitions you need to look for. And many of you have background knowledge on transitional words. But now you want to be mindful of these kind of words when we are looking for the main idea. That is the purpose of knowing about patterns, because it will also help you identify the main idea. The last thing I want to note, okay, is the fact that with main idea, a lot of students learned that it tends to appear all the time, not tends to, it always appears in the first or last sentence. Kick that out the door, because that's not the truth. It can appear anywhere in the text or not at all, which is implied. So just be mindful that sometimes you have an introductory detail, like we saw before earlier in our other video, and then you have your main idea, and then you have your supporting details, okay? So it's not just in the second sentence, it can be in the last sentence, it can be just anywhere or not at all, okay? So I hope this helps. When we come into class on Monday, we will be going over, of course, our groupings, okay? You'll be selecting your number and identifying who's going first. I will be also telling you about your project, making sure that you are, aware of when when groups 2 and 3 will be presenting. I want to solidify that and just double check and make sure that I don't make any mistakes because it's crunch time for this class. And we will also be tackling on, in addition to learning about main idea and doing a practice activity, we will be focusing on our project overall and our diagnostic test. I almost forgot what it was. I was trying to remember, but our diagnostic test. So in addition to our project, we will also address the diagnostic results. So if you're wondering, what are you talking about, Ms. Bentham? We will discuss it come Monday, okay? I think there was only one person who did not take the diagnostic test. Last but not least, just make sure that you read the reading assignment that I presented in class, okay, how to succeed in college, because you will have a quiz. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know what to do if you do not have a textbook. Make that e-textbook your best friend. So ladies and gentlemen, or, students, have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Take care.